Hi, I'm Chuck Sproul, and I'm co-founder of the Pure Power Edge, specially orthopedic device that can enhance your speed, your strength, your breathing, your agility, range of motion the second it goes in your mouth. I'm here at the Crank booth at the PGA Merchandise Show here in Orlando, Florida, the largest show of its kind in the world, and I'm here with Scott Smith. He is the world record holder in the long drive competition, 539 yards, if you can believe that. Scott, thank you so much for coming here today. Scott has been using the Pure Power Edge now for almost 4 months. He got this done in Cincinnati, Ohio from one of our master neuromuscular dentists, Dr. Tom Hedge. And I'd just like to ask Scott some of the things he's noticed over the last number of months he's been using this. I mean, we know what it does, but it's nice to hear from an athlete that is at the top of his field what he sees with this. Scott, if you wouldn't mind, just tell me what you've noticed when you've had this and when you use it.
Being an advocate of training, I train about 5 days a week. I hit about 1,500 balls a week for training for the long drive tour. Since wearing the Pure Power Edge, I've noticed the increase in my range of motion. I notice when I train, I wear it every day I train, I'm seeing higher reps. I do a lot of repetition. I make sure all my workouts include 20 to 25 repetitions, no heavy weights, and I'm seeing the range of motion increase, more specifically for long drive. When I'm hitting balls, I notice my turns bigger. I'm hitting more balls. I'm feeling a little bit better. I stretch on a daily basis. I think my stretches get a little more rotational. That's where I'm seeing the most benefit.
Excellent. One thing that I want to capitalize on that Scott's talking about, as an elite athlete, he knows there's no substitute for the right training and the work that goes into this. The Pure Power Edge is not designed to be anything magical the second you put it in your mouth. It's not a snake oil. It's not a trick. It is, as I said, an orthopedic device that allows you instantaneous results, but it compounds over time. That means when Scott's using this, and he uses it every time he works out, 5 days a week, it allows him to hit more shots, have less residual tension and wear and tear through the shoulders and the rest of his body, which is going to keep him healthier doing what he does for longer, which is huge in professional sports. This is their livelihood, and this is what they do. So it's designed to wear every time you exercise, and every time you do, as he said, the repetitions go up and up and up. And that allows him then to increase weight, even though weight is not the premier focus on what he's doing. But if you can do the higher repetitions with more weight, it stands to reason that the body is going to adapt and become stronger and faster and more athletic. One thing I've noticed, and I'd like to ask Scott about again, is it does, through all of our imaging scans, open up the breathing tube. And most wouldn't think that breathing is an aspect at all in a long drive competition. But I've heard from several people that use this that if your breath is being held and if you're tight, that will affect your range of motion and just your overall fluidity. Have you noticed anything with your breathing at all with this, and even with your training?
I have, specifically with my training as well. When I'm training, and training breathing is so important when you're lifting weights and when you're stretching on exhaling and inhaling at the proper times. And I have noticed that it is giving me a little more room to exhale and inhale when I'm doing my stretches. Specifically in long drive competitions, I am hitting balls some days for 12 hours from beginning to end, making the finals. And that's very important with the breathing and the stretching that I do throughout the competitions. I'm seeing that benefit through the product.
Excellent. Now, specifically to the long drive competitions, can you give us an example, and the viewers an example of to what distance is a competition usually won? Is it by 20 yards that the winner comes out? Is it a yard? What type of range is in there from placing first and placing 10?
In long drive, the top 50 guys in the world are very close. I've seen tournaments won by inches. So every little edge you can get helps. And that's where the training, the additional reps, the additional stretching with the Pure Power Edge has really helped me have that competitive edge.
That's fantastic. Because, as he said, when you really get into the highest level of all sports, it's usually not 20 yards. And I was hoping that was going to be the answer, but I'm not the one to tell you. Then it comes down to inches. When you're looking at Olympic races, it comes down to hundredths of a second, not seconds at a time. And the Edge does just that. It allows Scott and every other athlete that's going to use this to perform better on a daily basis, so that compounds, and we hope, and as it's being proven, that it puts him in a position to do his very best and get that edge over the competition. Scott, I want to thank you so much for spending the time, using the product, and letting us know your thoughts and feelings on it. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for Power Edge.